Hello YouTube, I am back now from my holidays and an extensively busy period of work. It's currently 7:05 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. The price of Bitcoin is 3,530. Over the past 2 years, Bitcoin has formed a hyperwave. A hyperwave is a bubble of a unique kind and comprises of seven stages. A hyperwave has three reclining stages. We are currently in the seventh stage. There are seven stages in a hyperwave. In previous hyperwaves, stage 6 has never surpassed stage 4, as we can see in this diagram. Stage 6 will never surpass stage 4. Also, hyperwaves have a 100% chance of returning to the origin of the hyperwave. The origin of the hyperwave is at number 1, where the price is on a steady line. Does not move upwards or downwards and always will retrace to this line. The longer the line 1 is, the more aggressive and quick in price that the hyperwave will go. Hyperwaves will always return to the first stage of the hyperwave, unless the price of the asset or commodity is able to hold the stage 2 line. In that case, the hyperwave can form an even larger one. YouTubers say that we have not broken stage 2 as of yet, which according to them is $3,000. However, according to one analyst, it is at 6K, which is the reason he thinks that this hyperwave needs to return to 1K, because also he thinks that we have broken 6K since we are at 3.5K now, and therefore we could not hold the stage 2 line and need to get back to the origin. The theory of us returning to 1K per BTC entirely depends on where one thinks that the stage 2 ends. As if the price is supported by the end of stage 2, then the hyperwave does not need to come back to the origin and can go into another hyperwave, which is of a larger numerical value. Since Bitcoin is in its 7th stage of the hyperwave, I personally believe that we have broken phase 2 and must retrace to 1K per BTC. I also believe that Bitcoin will form another hyperwave in the near future, since it is a unique asset and it is the first of its kind with a limited supply. The reason why a hyperwave is very accurate and predictive is because it does not occur often. Bitcoin recently formed a narrowing triangle and then made a break to the downside after it failed to move up with a vengeance. And yes, it did close one candle above. However, there was not enough volume to back this up, and therefore the price fell ferociously. Also, on the 1 hour chart, we are below this 200 weekly moving average. This is a bearish sign. And if we cannot attempt to get back above the 200 weekly moving average, I would be confident in another move to the downside. Getting back to the reason why hyperwaves are very accurate is because even that they are so rare, in a few cases that they do occur, they tend to follow this model superbly accurately. and rarely do otherwise. In the short term, I'm neutral to bearish. For medium term, I'm bearish, definitely. But the long term, I am actually bullish. Because once we hit $1,000, I would be very confident in us forming a new bull market. And therefore higher prices and eventually higher all-time highs. But also, if I do see the price moving above $6,000 or $8,000 with very big volume and positive news around the world regarding Bitcoin, I would be fairly confident that we have missed calling the bottom and that it would be over in terms of the bear market. But for now, it seems that we are in a retracement stage and we need to almost cool off since the hype for Bitcoin is still here. And I think that means that we are still in a bear market. And we have not seen a capitulation candle as of yet, which is when on CoinMarketCap.com we see one of the days where Bitcoin is down 20 to 30% to the red. And we have not seen that as of yet. The biggest drop we have seen has been 10% to the red. But that is not capitulation, in my opinion. So I do think that when we do see capitulation, it could be below $2,000 and everything will be in the red. Volume will be very high, most likely above 20 to 30 billion for 24 hours. Market cap would definitely be below 100 billion. And the BTC dominance would possibly hit 60%, as other coins could lose a lot of value, as selling them via BTC into cash, since most markets require you to sell your coins via Bitcoin or Ethereum. However, Bitcoin is the most common. And because the volume is still here, it shows that there is uncertainty in the market, but also confidence in the market. So, I do expect for us to possibly, if there isn't enough people shorting the market, this could see another upside. But I'm more confident in a move to the downside. And I would strongly be looking towards accumulating by bits below $3,000. Thank you very much for watching this video. I apologize for the long wait, but I am back. And I immensely appreciate you watching my video. I hope you learned something, and stay safe and don't lose money. None of this is financial advice. Have a great day. Peace. Please like, subscribe, and share. And leave a comment of any suggestions. Thank you so much. Peace.